you feel about sleeping and flying away? Over in Emerald Sea to the Farallon Islands and build ourselves a place to stay. We can act like lovers.
Yeah, we're here. Are you happy? Are you happy, kid?
Take me to Customs and Border Protection, baby.
No worries. Get in my rug, girl.
God. I didn't know which way I was meant to move it. Have you got the cash?
I've got it on my phone now.
Okay, cool. Welcome back to Culebra, baby. If you've never heard of it, well, you might want to look it up. Nah, just kidding. That's kind of what we're here for. Culebra is this tiny island off Puerto Rico, part of what they call the Spanish Virgin Islands. We just checked in through the Roam app, but turns out we still need to go get our passport stamped. So we're jumping on the one scooter that isn't broken, doubling up for a few kilometres into town. Luckily, this place is pretty chill. The town's quiet and most people are just cruising around in little golf carts anyway. Alright, we're all checked in. Took a little while in there, but we're the only ones. The guy was super friendly once again. And there was a little bit of confusion with the whole thing, but so we thought we were going to have to pay like $37 to check in and then $37 to check out. And then after, like luckily before we'd finished doing the whole thing, we figured out that because we bought this decal sticker thing in USVIs that we don't have to pay to check in and out. I think we just had to pay to check out or something. So yeah, we only ended up paying $37, which is fine. And we got some information on like what we're supposed to do for going to Puerto Rico and stuff. So at least we know how it all works now. So yeah, gonna get going on the scoot and enjoy the rest of our time here.
Get it, girl.
Anyway, enough of my rambling. You can just listen to me on here instead. This island's home to a pretty special spot, Flamenco Beach. It's actually made the top 10 beaches in the world list a few times over the years. So of course, our time here wouldn't feel complete without feasting our eyes on it ourselves and deciding if it really lives up to the hype. We're taking a little bush hike through an overgrown trail on foot straight from our anchorage.
You do need a backpack, like it doesn't hurt.
Just gotta put you back into it.
You need to put like a towel there that like pads it.
My neck, my back,
Right, you ready?
like my pussy and my...
Crack.
Yeah, you got it, baby. They weren't lying when they said it was overgrown.
Yeah, it's not too bad though.
Just the sides.
Yeah.
Had to stick the Chinese work boots on. Gets pretty rocky up here.
Rock me, baby, and roll me away. And rock me, baby, and roll me away.
Beautiful.
And rock me, baby.
It's like being back on the Gold Coast. With
Oh, look at that wave.
The plants.
Big dumper. They're gonna get smashed, look.
Oh. I feel like I'm back in Australia. Like honestly, with these, we have these kind of plants. This is like just one of our beaches in Australia, isn't it? Really, let's not lie.
Kind of.
Like down at Byron and
There's a
stuff.
full surf break over there, darling. On that corner. Check out that water, guys.
Part of the reason flamenco's become so popular, aside from the beach itself, is the photo ops with these beasts. They were left behind by the US Navy after military exercises ended in the 1970s. Too big and heavy to remove, they were just abandoned here, and over time they've become these iconic rust-covered landmarks now dressed in layers of graffiti and salt.
You guys can see that, but there is proper waves breaking just off this point here, and outside past this point there's over 3 meter waves. They're 10 seconds apart, but it's not ideal. I think we're just going to move on further this way. It looks really calm over there, but we are just getting ragdolled around by that swell. Alright, so today we are, how do I explain this? So the last time we flew the cruising chute, we had a hell of a lot of problems. The pin came out of the bottom, we managed to just get it down. This was when we were racing in the BVIs against Spirit Animal and on the Sailing Bubbles Regatta, and we haven't flown it since. So we've got really light winds today to get it up and hopefully iron out all the problems with it. So we've got about that 6 to 10 knots of wind. Really flat conditions through here, but we know it's quite rough when you get out past this island. So we're just going to try and sail in between here and work it all out.
It's been a very long time. Has it been like an entire year? More than a year?
April last year.
Right, we've got the spinny set up and we're going to let it out. Hope for the best. I think it's the wrapping that we need to hope for the best for. We've got like 7 knots of apparent wind.
Alright, I'll get you to pull it out, darling, and I'll slowly unravel it.
Okay. You ready? Woo!
Loosen that sail. Yeah. Keep it a bit tighter, keep a bit of tension on it. Okay, loosen it. Okay, good.
Oh, no way! That's like the first time I've ever been able to wrap that.
How good, eh?
No way, we actually wrapped it. It's like slightly loose just there, but this is the first time I think we've ever wrapped this sail.
Nicely.
Like it's always had a bit flapping out. Nice work.
Righto, let's let it back out.
All right.
How exciting.
We've always had trouble furling in our gennaker and we couldn't quite figure out why. There was a knot tied in the line at the lower furling drum and we just assumed it was there for a reason. Someone mentioned it might be a top-down furler, and so Jace decided to untie the knot, and would you look at that, it now furls.
Alright, we got it out second time. Obviously normally we would have the main up to help us in case the wind picks up to be able to get it in, but we're just doing a quick test run today, so no one come at us, okay? We know.
Yeah, no, I still feel a bit sketch having this out with no mainsail out.
Yeah.
Like I know
Still
if we
only
do
got,
get that.
we've got 6-7 knots of wind, it's stuff all.
Or yeah, 8 knots.
Yeah.
But hopefully it doesn't pick up any more the further we go out.
Yeah, for sure.
Where are we heading for? Oh, we're heading for Puerto Rico.
Should we just go to one of those? That's what I was going to say to you before. Maybe we can just go to one of those islands.
Which ones?
Like one of the ones on the way up. Because there is a couple of anchorages on a couple of islands. I think they can get a bit rolly. Like they're not the best, but it'll cut some time off our trip tomorrow. If we did.
We could, but I'd love to get the main up if we do that too.
Yeah. But we can just wrap in the other sail, can't we?
We can wrap this in, yeah.
Yeah, just wrap it in and then get the main
Turn
up.
around, get the main up.
Yeah, it's not like that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we could.
Let's have a little look-see, hey?
You want to pick an anchorage?
We'll have a look. All right, so we have decided that because we're out here and we've got the sails up, we might as well head to one of these little islands that are on the way to San Juan, and then it's going to cut quite a decent chunk of time off our passage tomorrow, which means tomorrow is just not going to be so like, do we really have to do this? Because I do get like that as soon as it's more than like 4 or 5 hours. So we're going to a little island called Palomino, and apparently it's really popular for day boats with their loud music, having fun, jet skis and all of that. It's only 15 nautical miles off the main island. But by the time we get there, I reckon everyone will be packing up anyway.
We did pretty much zero research on this island. It was a last minute decision and just meant to be an overnight stop. But wow, she's stunning. Definitely a cool little stopover between the Spanish VIs and the main island of Puerto Rico. Sadly though, you can't actually step foot on the island unless you're staying at the resort. After a quick morning dive, it was time for us to set sail for San Juan in Puerto Rico.
Alright, we sailed off anchor this morning, but...
Hey, mooring ball.
Mooring ball. Jason just ruined it for me.
Huh.
Thanks. Yeah, we sailed off anchor this morning, but it was actually a mooring ball. Yeah, we decided to just get the main up in the bay because obviously you're pointing pretty much into the wind then. And we had a bit of room to move. Otherwise we're gonna have to come out and turn around, and then we're gonna be pointing straight for another boat anyway, basically. Yeah, and we are hooking it. As soon as we got the head sail out as well, we just boosted it.
7.5 knots right now.
Wow. Yeah, we're not sure what it's gonna be like out here. It might be, the swell might not be so nice. But it's a bit hard to tell because we're kind of tucked behind like all these little tiny islands, but it could, because it's quite reefy around here as well, it could be making it more messy than it actually will be. So it might be better or it might be worse. I suppose we'll find out.
So we are humming along at between 6.5 and 7.5 knots right now in 14 to 20 knots of wind. Good sailing, it's a bit rolly, but can't really complain so far. It's really shallow where we are at the moment, and there's a lot of fishing buoys we've got to watch out for. So that'll be our whole passage, I reckon. It's just on the lookout for fishing buoys, and it's going to be one of those ones.
Like, I'm glad we're coming in now. We've timed it well. Like, that looks nasty out there.
Might just hit us.
We're just arriving in San Juan after a pretty nice sail. It's just starting to pick up, and there is a squall that we're pretty much trying to outrun right now. Just about to enter the harbour. Starting to get a little bit choppy and spicy out here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's been like this the whole time, really.
Yeah, I'm glad we're gonna get in there. I mean, we might not get on anchor before this thing hits us, but at least we'll be in the safety of the harbour. Like, we shouldn't have swell and stuff picking up, so by the time it gets over to us. But yeah, it's really cool to be here. I'm so excited that I've got an old town because I really miss my old towns in Europe, and just being able to like go on foot and explore. Like, you don't really even have to spend any money and you can just enjoy a place. Woo! We're rolling around a bit. That looks nasty. Really cool to be here. I'm really excited for some reason. I feel like I haven't been like this excited for a while to get somewhere. I don't know, it's just cool.
Our friend said this was like one of their favourite cities they've ever been to.
Oh, in the Caribbean.
Oh, in the Caribbean.
Yeah. Started drizzling right when we needed an anchor.
Drizzling, hey?
Drizzling. And it feels like we're right on the kind of edge of the anchorage, like quite very close to like other big boats and stuff and areas where it feels like we shouldn't be, but our friends just told us that there was like more boats that would have been technically behind us the other day, so it's actually quieter than what it was. So that's good to know. We got told as well that it's like muddy, like soot, so we back down on the anchor like nice and slowly to like let it kind of sink down a little bit first, and we seem to be holding well, so hopefully everyone else is and hopefully we're all good, but maybe we'll just put an anchor alarm on tonight just to be safe.
That's it for this one. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a like, maybe drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next adventure. We'll catch you in the next one.